Chris Judd. We just missed it, but Garlett came in from the half-forward flank and contested that ball. It flicked out to Judd, and then the long kick to the advantage of Brendan.
This is 4 feet up the hill for Tiger, I reckon. Straight through. That'll help. Bottom line is that Betts and Favola are becoming a problem. They're two big goal kickers, aren't they?
He's got the ball. He's had his 4 or 5 shots. He's looking dangerous on glass. I mean, he's a top-notch key defender, Glass, but Favola is getting the ball, and that's the first part of the equation.
Good kick there by Halpin. It really did put it to Favola's side of that contest, and I mean, you like just to think that you're not just going to bomb it, that you have a look and see things like that.
And this margin suddenly up to 25, Fev's number. And the number of problems he's got at the moment. At least one big one now, wearing number 25. He's on target, he's kicked a couple and looking very dangerous. Hampson out of the middle, Robinson, Judd, where's Fev on the burst? Judd ignores that, heads for home, doesn't time the kick. Well, his kicking in the last couple of weeks is most un-Judd-like.
Quick kick out of defence. Well done, Russell, to make a contest. Marston got it from Cox. McNamara. 2-2 for Kennedy. And then McKinley in, but Stevens, that's a beautiful kick to Gibbs, and Carlton can reload here. Bauer, O'Halpin, just uncertain, and then goes low to the pocket. Good grab by Hampson.
Bensley played that very well. He shaped as if he was going to handball and run and carry through the middle of the field. His last 2 inside 50s kicks have been fantastic on this occasion. I reckon he saw Garlett going back with a flight there, but Hampson cut across and had worked Dean Cox over to get into that spot.
It's always in to make Cox get in defence. It discourages him from playing in the opposite forward 50.
He's an impressive unit, isn't he? Have a look at that for a big, strong ruckman of the future. And he sprayed it away. So that's a poor kick.
We saw it up the other end. I thought Josh Kennedy basically just ran under the footy, and it wasn't so much the ball went over his head. You just got to be prepared to stop. I just always thought if there's one mortal sin, it's just keeping running when the ball's going to go over your head. You've got to stop and hold your ground at least.
Interesting, Daniel Kerr has drifted out of the game in this term. Just the 1 kick, 1 hand pass. He's been sorely missed. Geez, good overhead, Fisher. That's the reason they bring him back.
When you've been kept in the twos for so long, you come back with a bit of hunger.
Here's Gibbs. Now, this distance, not totally beyond him. He'll kick from about 55, maybe a little further. Some slow movement down there. Goes looking for Brown, and Brown takes the mark. Too easy. Just outmaneuvered Marston. So the former West Perth player in the left full forward pocket. Handshakes all round. Low 5. Now Brown, a chance to really hurt the Eagles. Not a really difficult kick for a right footer, and that's the reason why. Just bends it back, finds the middle. Alarm bells sounding for these West Coast Eagles now. It's out to 33 points.
Just a bit too much run through the middle of the ground at the moment. The Carlton team, just a bit too much depth in their midfield comparatively to the Eagles. So this is really just a good use of the ball by Gibbs. Gave Brown probably a 60% chance. Yeah, poor defence by Marston. He really just completely misjudged it, but it was still a terrific setup kick by Bryce Gibbs.
Dennis spoke a moment ago about that goal really hurting the West Coast Eagles. What's really hurting them at the moment is their disposal off half-back. The last 5 times they've gone forward, they've actually missed their target and turned the ball over the West Coast Eagles.
They've had 9 of the last 10 inside 50s, the Blues, after that goal, and the last 8 scoring shots. So West Coast need to make a stand now.
Carlton set up with Brown, Joseph and Murphy in that centre bounce as ground level players. They're not obviously not worried about having height in there for clearances.
So Lynch, Hampson at the back, and then Scott Selwood, little give.
On the ball, no clean disposal. Hand it over, no, it's a little throw
So Murphy's free. It's done the 360 to work out where to go. And Thornton, well, gets away from McCrae. Slow handball to Austin and back to Thornton. He wants Stevens, and that's a good kick. He is a good kick, Thornton. And Stevens at half back. Blues in control. Good kick and a lovely mark by Robinson.
Stevens starting to rack up the possessions too. Here's Robinson. Bauer.
Just a tag team. Mark Murphy comes off his tag as Selwood follows him. Judd comes on and Stengline comes back on.
Not yet.
Gibbs, forward of half back. Need to be a bit careful here. They don't need to change the momentum. The arms go up in the air. It's like walking in on a bank robbery. See it every week. The short one comes across to Austin. Why do they do it? No one's confused, not even me. Bauer. And they're getting themselves into trouble here. Just go for the jugular. Whoops. In trouble, Joseph. Penalised for holding the ball now.
No, high tackle.
Oh, gee whiz. So Joseph gets the free, pardon me. Very lucky. Garlett.
What are you thinking?
Brown just through the interchange gates, immediately came on and frisked Garlett.
I reckon that a little bit of a brain fart. I'm not sure if he thought it was a handball receive or a mark, but it was obviously going to be 50 here.
Mark's right here, yep.
Gee, I reckon it was a tough call earlier on against the Eagles. Here's Garlett. Will kick from 35. Another young West Australian, and he's way off the target.
Back in the team tonight. His first season, just 19 years of age. But the Blues lead it by 5.5 goals. Closing in on half time. Hunter on the up to Marston. Marston at half back. Well, it's a poor kick really. I didn't have a whole lot to go to, but they might get away with this. Leclerc. So Leclerc, who's a very good kick for goal. This would test him.
He's not looking confident. He hasn't had one look at the goals yet.
You look around the Eagles forward line, and I must admit, McCrae's the only one who looks dangerous down there at this point.
He's kicked 14 goals, 2 from set shots this year. Now, this is a tough one.
And this option has come because he's got nothing else to go to. But the best percentage for him is actually to have a shot.
This will test his percentage from set shots. He's kicked it pretty well, but it's going to be belted over the line for a behind. So they've dried up, haven't they?
That's a better alternative than trying to kick the ball across ground and turning it over and getting it run down the other way. But he has been accurate. You wouldn't mind your goal kickers to have those shots when they get them.
John Worsfold was an assistant coach at Carlton under Dennis Pagan, or rather David Parkin. Here's Judd. Drives it to midfield. Garlett. It needs to get there quickly. Well done, young man. Stood his ground. Now he's away. For bowler in front was held. Takes the mark anyway. That was terrific by Garlett.
Now this one I reckon he might kick. 50-metre mark straight in front. He's kicked a couple now. All of a sudden he can kick through the footy.
This was a good effort. He nearly ran under the ball there, but he did what you wanted him to do. Held his ground. Mitch Brown possibly should have made body contact there instead of trying to spoil the ball clean. Just had to make some contact.
And I reckon Shannon Hearn would have big boots. Garlett would have heard him coming like a British policeman. Here's Favola. And he's tucked it left. Behind. Stretches the lead. Out to 34 now.
So 2 goals for tonight. 1 goal for from set shots. It's elusive, that accurate kick for him at the moment. As Dennis said earlier, probably the best kick in the comp for 10 years. Stengline at the back, probably playing for his future. Stengline in the next couple of weeks, you'd think. Back in tonight. Prittis, of course, missing out, being injured. Rosa back to Swift, back to Stengline.